The Coast Guard crew detected significant seismic activity beneath the ocean's surface. Sonar readings indicated an object of immense weight had recently been submerged. Captain Izzy Barkley's team was dispatched to investigate. The buoy with the strongest tremors was approximately 20 miles offshore. Upon arrival, Izzy, the lead researcher, immediately dove to the site. Within minutes, she returned, reporting a massive shipping container resting on the ocean floor. The container was too heavy to lift manually. Izzy ordered the ship's diving robot to secure the container and hoist it aboard. Their research vessel was equipped with state-of-the-art technology, which Izzy was skilled in operating. As the diving robot descended, Izzy took control and the mission began. The calm, clear water facilitated navigation towards the submerged container. However, lifting the container proved to be the real challenge. The robot's extending claws secured the container and the ship's crane began to pull. Despite its capacity for heavy loads, the simple shipping container presented unexpected resistance. The ship swayed and took on water as it struggled to hoist the object. "What could be inside?" Izzy exclaimed. With great effort, the crew finally lifted the container onto the deck. They rushed to inspect the mysterious object, filled with questions about its origin and contents. The crew, using bolt cutters, forced open the container doors. Izzy was stunned by the sight, a fully furnished interior resembling a regular home. Everything was meticulously arranged and secured, suggesting the container was designed for long-term habitation. Scattered items, including personal belongings and family photos, provided clues to the container's history. The photos depicted a man and his family, suggesting it had once been a makeshift home. The team discovered a small kitchen area, a closet holding clothing and personal items, creating a sense of comfort and familiarity despite the unusual living environment. The discovery raised numerous questions about the individual or family's circumstances, their reasons for living in the container, and the challenges they faced. The container served as a testament to human resilience and adaptability, showcasing the lengths people will go to survive and create a sense of home, even in the most unusual of places. The team continued their investigation, searching for clues to the container's occupants and their fate. Despite their exhaustive efforts, they found no definitive answers. Frustration was mounting when a crew member discovered a small plastic bag containing a voice recorder. The recording, a first-person account, revealed the identity of the man in the photos, Ahmed Osman. He described the dire situation he and his family were in, trapped aboard the Evercargo Voyager. The recording was a desperate plea for help, emphasizing the urgency of their situation and the need for immediate rescue. Osman's voice, filled with fear and desperation, painted a vivid picture of their ordeal. He recounted how they had managed to escape the ship and hide within the container, hoping to avoid capture by the authorities. The recording captured the raw emotions of a man facing an uncertain future, his words echoing with a sense of hopelessness and despair. As the team listened to the recording, they were struck by the human element of the story. Ahmed Osman was not just a name on a photo. He was a real person with a family, a life, and a dream. His words brought a sense of empathy and compassion, reminding them of the human cost of tragedy and the importance of hope in the face of adversity. The discovery of the voice recorder provided a crucial piece of the puzzle, but it also raised new questions. Who were the authorities Osman was referring to? What had happened to the Evercargo Voyager? And most importantly, was there still a chance to rescue Ahmed Osman and his family? The team was determined to find answers, their sense of purpose renewed by the personal connection they had formed with Ahmed Osman through his voice. They knew that the fate of a family was in their hands, and they were committed to doing everything in their power to help. The recording abruptly ended, leaving the team in stunned silence. They realized the container's occupants were likely in grave danger. Izzy recalled the ship's unusual docking patterns, suggesting it was hiding something. Reviewing the ship's log, Izzy discovered its recent location was nearby. The urgent recording compelled her to act swiftly. She briefed the team and informed the captain of the coordinates. Upon arrival, they found the ship adrift, 20 kilometers offshore. The ominous recording heightened their anxiety. Izzy decided to contact the Coast Guard and police, ensuring they remained hidden from the ship. She explained the situation and played the recording, which convinced the authorities to take immediate action. The captain ordered his crew to prepare for inspection. After a tense wait, a ladder was lowered and the team boarded the ship. "You have 1 hour," the captain warned, dismissing them to their work. As the team ascended the ladder onto the ship, they were met with a tense atmosphere. The crew members were visibly nervous, their eyes darting around nervously. The ship was a hive of activity, with workers scurrying about their tasks, their movements hurried and purposeful. Izzy and her colleagues quickly made their way to the bridge where they found the captain seated at the helm. He was a burly man with a stern expression, his eyes fixed on the horizon. Izzy introduced herself and her team, explaining their purpose for being there. The captain listened to Izzy's explanation with a skeptical look on his face. He seemed reluctant to cooperate, but he eventually agreed to let them inspect the ship. The team was divided into 2 groups, with one group searching the cargo hold and the other examining the crew quarters. As they searched the ship, Izzy couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The ship seemed unusually quiet, and there was an eerie sense of emptiness. The cargo hold was almost completely empty, with only a few containers scattered about. The crew quarters were also deserted, with beds neatly made and personal belongings neatly stowed away. The team searched every inch of the ship, but they found no sign of Ahmed Osman or his family. They were beginning to think that they had been chasing a ghost when they heard a faint noise coming from below deck. Izzy and her colleagues followed the sound to a small hatch in the engine room. They pried open the hatch and peered inside. To their astonishment, they saw a small, cramped space, barely large enough for a person to stand up in. Inside the space, they found Ahmed Osman and his family, huddled together in the darkness. They were emaciated and looked as if they hadn't eaten in days. Ahmed Osman's eyes were filled with fear and despair. Izzy and her colleagues rushed to their aid, helping them out of the cramped space. They gave Ahmed Osman and his family food and water, and they tried to calm them down. The family was grateful to be rescued, but they were still terrified of what would happen to them. Izzy reassured them that they were safe now and that they would be taken to a hospital where they could get the help they needed. She also promised to find out what had happened to the Evercargo Voyager and why the captain had been hiding them. The team escorted Ahmed Osman and his family off the ship and onto the Coast Guard vessel. As they watched the ship disappear over the horizon, Izzy couldn't help but feel a sense of relief and satisfaction. She had saved a family's life and she had brought justice to those who had wronged them. Izzy and the officers discreetly explored the ship, acting as if they were recording. Despite their efforts, they found no overt signs of wrongdoing, suspecting the crew had concealed evidence during the last half hour. Desperate, Izzy called out Ahmed Osman's name. A nearby container opened, revealing a group of people inside. The container was furnished, similar to the one they had found earlier. "Who are you?" a man demanded. Izzy recognized Ahmed from the photos and recording. She explained their purpose and presented the recording. Ahmed's expression brightened. "I can't believe it. I hoped someone would find it, but I didn't think it would happen," he exclaimed. Ahmed explained that he and others were seeking passage to a safe country. He had heard rumors about a ship offering such services, but discovered the reality was far different. In exchange for passage, he was forced into year-long labor contracts, which were continually extended. "I've been here for 2 years, but some have been here longer," Ahmed revealed. The passengers lived in containers exploited by the captain and crew. The conditions were harsh, and endless labor led to Ahmed's rebellion. However, the crew discovered his involvement and took drastic measures to suppress it. "They threw my container overboard, destroying my home," Ahmed sighed. "But before they could, I hid a message inside, hoping someone would find it." The ship was filled with exploited families, falsely imprisoned. They needed to act. With the police informed, they took action. Ahmed provided details about the crew, and a surprise raid was planned. The plan executed flawlessly. The ship's crew was swiftly arrested, and the Coast Guard took control. Izzy assisted in freeing the families, and the ship docked at the nearest city. An emergency shelter was established to care for the victims. The story quickly became a national sensation. Izzy followed the news, returning home after the city took over support. She was relieved by the positive outcome, and proud of her role in rescuing the victims. We've concluded this captivating story. I'm eager to hear your thoughts. Have you ever encountered a similar situation involving a sunken container? Share your experiences or reactions in the comments below. Your insights can add another layer to this discussion. Thank you for engaging with this narrative. Your participation and perspectives are valued.